Welcome to this episode of Coffee Time Doodles. Pick up a hot drink, relax, and enjoy. YouTube Rewind 2019. First of all, did you like it better than last year's YouTube Rewind? Here's the thing. YouTube must have been so afraid of repeating last year's disappointment. 2018's Rewind was a monstrous disaster. But why? I think it was because of the forced narratives. Companies always try to look cool and inclusive, but companies are companies. They have no soul. Their whole existence is about growing and making more money. So there's something really cringy about a company pushing the LGBTQ+ and racial inclusion narratives in a video that should be about celebrating the highlights of the year on YouTube. The memes, the songs, the creators, the things the fans love. And just a disclaimer, I'm inclusive, I'm all for those causes. But I'm a person, YouTube is not. And I think that this is not what this video is about. They tried so hard to look inclusive and appealing to the brands that it backfired like a kid in high school trying to read a poem out loud to the girls that he's in love with at the cafeteria, and everyone just starts laughing at how tryhard he is. It sounds good on paper, but in reality, it's awkward. It's like I said, YouTube is a company. Companies want to make money. Their money comes from the brands that play the ads on their videos. So they try to use YouTube Rewind to appeal to the brands. But what are brands? Companies. They have no soul. They want to grow and make more money. So I understand that YouTube wants to look clean and in control so that the brands stay with them. So YouTube is a machine fueled by other machines that hope that their fuel investment will bring YouTube consumers to buy their product. But that's where they messed up, because Rewind seems to be something made to appeal to the consumers, to make them remember how much fun they had watching YouTube this year. I think it's supposed to make people feel reunited and maybe even proud as a community, a bit of YouTube hype. In 2018, they hardly celebrated anything that was a highlighted moment in the year of YouTube. There was no mention of Shane Dawson at all, even though he blew up on the platform with his Netflix level of docu-series, with the Tanacon one, the Jeffree Star, and the Jake Paul series. They all happened in 2018. I also personally think that it was one of the best years for Pewdiepie, and there was no mention of him by YouTube. Instead, they promoted a bunch of smaller creators that have an appealing content for the machines that YouTube is trying to seduce. Yep, YouTube Rewind 2018 was not able to hide well enough their intentions and ended up being a cringe fest. So how do you get back from that? What thought process do you think they had for the next one? This is what I'm interested in. I like observing the decision making of companies in reaction to backlash. I think it's obvious that they were afraid of taking another risk that could backlash again. But not just that. I think that they were also afraid of the Rewind hate bandwagon that is still going on. I think they knew that even if they had made a decent attempt at a good production, there is still a train of dislikes coming their way before people would even watch the first minute of the video. They are still in damage control for the last video. So what's going on in their mind? Let's play it ultra safe. I mean, they played it so safe that it was kind of like watching a Marvel movie. I'm sorry for the Marvel fans, don't worry, I'm still a fan. But you end the movie and you're thinking, well, this was flawless. I cannot complain about one thing in the movie. That must mean I liked it. Yeah, Marvel movies are like that to me. They feel good and so easy to watch that they always leave an impression of perfection. But then a week later, I forget about most of what happened in the movie. Anyone remember what happened in X-Men Apocalypse in 2016? You're probably asking yourself, which one is that again? Exactly! Marvel uses the same recipe for every movie, the recipe of playing safe, of taking no risk at all. They have a great recipe for a flawless movie that brings just enough action, enough laughs, and enough good visuals to keep you entertained for the duration of the movie. But they are not very memorable, not to me at least. Well, that was a tangent. Let's go back to YouTube Rewind 2019. They played it safe. So safe that all they did was showing us a compilation of the top statistics of the year. It had zero production value. If this was the first Rewind, sure, this could have been passable. Like, alright, thanks for the stats, what a great year. Actually, that's exactly what YouTube Rewind 2010 and 11 were. Top 10 countdowns. This is what they did for 2019. They wanted to make sure that the audience could not have one bad thing to say about the creative direction. So they had no creative direction at all. But I don't think they can get away with it like they did with 2010 or 11. Because of the standards they rose themselves with Rewind 2012 to 17. Those were not countdowns. They had an incredible production value. There was actually a lot of good work in those videos, whether it's cringe or not for some people. They used to be a pretty well elaborated blend of all the memorable moments of the year, including specific videos, memes, songs, and creators. Like a well-directed reenactment of those highlighted moments and memes. So I think that's why Rewind 2019 received a noticeable amount of dislikes, even if there was essentially nothing outrageous about it. the audience said it perfectly. Rewind 2018 tried too hard, and Rewind 2019 didn't try at all. I think YouTube are taking a year off of trying anything to lower the expectations of everyone so that they can cool off for another year, and maybe the dislike bandwagon won't be there next year to welcome them. So there you have it. I just find it interesting to analyze how a company is thinking and approaching damage control, and how they gauge the balance between appealing to their consumers but also the brands at the same time. It's a good thing that they didn't mention anything about their children content, even though it's one of the most grossing parts of YouTube. You don't want to show that side to the brands, do ya? With the whole copocalypse. Well, thank you for sharing this moment with me. This was a shorter one, but hey, we make a video every week. I hope you enjoyed this little peace of mind. If you did, please consider subscribing and liking the video, and I'll see you next week. If you're interested in hanging out with me on my live stream, I stream every day of the week on my Twitch channel. Here's a link. Thanks for watching.